Hello everybody. Wanted to show my latest completed unit for my AWI forces. This is the 2nd New Hampshire as they would have appeared in 1777 uniform wise. And again, these are Wargames Factory miniatures. All these AWI miniatures I've been painting so far have been part of the Liberty or Death box set that Warlord Games sells. And been having a lot of fun with that actually. It's a nice assortment of miniatures for British and the colonists, and I've got one unit left to paint for, or one regiment for the colonists, and then I'll be able to start on the British forces. And so yeah, so that's how these guys turned out. Did kind of the same methods I've done in the past. And basing them up on the movement trays that I make and magnetizing them so that I can change the way they're ranked or play them for different game systems. I'll show a little bit closer up picture of one of these stands. And yeah, I'll try not to do too much shaky cam. But yeah, I mean, they're really actually quite nice miniatures. I've had a lot of fun painting them up. They look good when they're done. I know some people give them a lot of grief, but they would scale pretty well with the Perrys, which is the other thing, that they're a little bit taller, but they are that finer, you know, less bulky miniature, so they would look okay on the table, not in this, at the same time, maybe not in the same units, but anyway, so I've got the musicians in reverse colors, and again, I'm painting them a little bit idealistically. They probably would not have have matching uniforms because of lack of clothing supplies, but you know, I think it looks nicer this way, and we don't know exactly what they would have looked like anyway. So that's part of the thing too, I think. So you can use a little artistic license. But also was going to mention the flags that I'm using. These are actually from Quindia Studios, and they sell them in the UK because I've seen them on websites sold for in UK pounds. And but the place to get them in the United States, if you're interested, is Warfare Miniatures in Virginia. And I will post a link in this video, if I remember to show where to get these flags at, because they're actually quite nice. They're paper flags, another alternative to some of the other big names out there. And they've got a few options that others don't have, and the style of the flags kind of matches my paint style, and so that's the other reason I was kind of interested in them. The other thing that I like is you can get the flags printed in three, when you order them, you can get them in 3 different dimensions. I believe they call, like here, these are a couple I haven't used. This is what they look like, but I think these are called like 30 millimeter by 30 millimeter. They don't measure exactly that, but that's their smaller scale, which they call realistic scale. And just for an idea, this last unit that I painted up, or one of these last units, that's the flag that's of that size, and I really like that. I think that looks, you know, they wouldn't. A lot of the flag companies out there make these flags that are, I mean, they're probably like in scale, they're like 8 foot square, you know, that you wouldn't even taken those into battle probably. So anyway, so I kind of went with that, and then I will say in my last order, they actually, and I didn't realize it till I was cutting it out and gluing it down, so I was kind of committed that they'd sent me, this is one of the flags from that batch, and they're like a 40 mil square. You can see the difference here. Get that turned over. You can see the difference in just bulk of the flag, and actually there's another one that's even probably bigger difference when you look at this one from this came in that same second order. You can see the flag's quite a bit bigger than the top one is supposedly the 30 by 30 realistic, and the bottom appears to me, unless they just scaled it wrong when they printed it or something, but they appear to be about the 40 by 40, and then you can also get them in 50 by 50. But it's $8 for, I believe you get, I can't remember if it's like 6 or 8 flags, usually from kind of the same regiments or same. Like they'll have a bunch of New Hampshire flags in one group, a bunch of Pennsylvania flags in one group. So they're really economical too. But you can see, if I put these two side by side, you can see the difference. I mean, they'll look fine on the table, and I'm sure there weren't, they weren't factory specs on the flags anyway, so it won't matter. But anyway, so that's another kind of neat thing. If you like the look of the bigger flags, and they might blend in better with like Flags of War or some of those other companies out there that they look like their flags are a little bit larger scaled. But so anyway, I'm really happy with how those turned out. It took me a little longer than I'd planned, but I got them done. And continuing on with my same plan that I've had after I finished the AWI unit to kind of keep things exciting, I started painting up, just getting some base coats down on this 5th edition Games Workshop Bretonian Knight. And so I've got a good start on that. And here's the Knight figure, which some of you guys that got into Warhammer back in the 90s will definitely remember these dudes. So that's going to be kind of fun. Paint one of those up in between to give me a break from all the straps and all the monotony of the AWI. And so he's coming along nice. That goes a lot quicker too. And since the AWI is still kind of my primary project, then I will go back next and paint up my my next and last unit from the Liberty or Death box set, and then then I'll be moving on to the British. Just a kind of a sneak peek of what I'm planning. Here's the uniform that I want to paint up. I can get it in shot here. This is a Don Troiani painting, and this is supposed to be Sherburne's additional regiment from 1778-1779, and I like it. Again, it's got the different colors and keeps some variety. And I'm also they've got the shorter jackets, if you notice, cut down shorter jackets. And so what I've got is 24 figures left of the light infantry. And so what I'm going to do, they have the short jackets, and they also have that ammo pouch up in the belly like that guy does, and which light troops oftentimes did. And so they're perfect for this. And then since you get to choose which heads you put on, I can easily put that hat on and paint them up like this, and I think they'll come out really nice. It's one that actually, if you look online, a lot of people do choose this unit to paint up just because the colors are attractive and different than the blues, and even the brown coats are kind of common for the colonists, but the green and yellow is somewhat unique. So so anyway, excuse me. So that's kind of what my plan will be for that. Although I am getting into a little bit my busier time work-wise, so whether or not these might take me quite a while, but that's still my plan after the night, is then to move on and start on these guys to kind of keep it moving forward. But yeah, slowly but surely making some good progress. So anyway, appreciate everybody watching and subscribing. I'm up over 100 subscribers now, which I'm not really keeping track of that, but it's kind of fun, and it's nice to know that some people are interested in what I'm doing and sharing what I'm getting done, and getting lots of inspiration from watching all the videos you guys are putting out. And hope everybody's having a good week, and keep hobbying and having fun. Thanks for watching.